Every generation gets the chance to shape the world. But the challenges faced today are becoming more complex with the pace of economic, social, and technological change. The world is defined by the people who live in it. So we believe the solution is to develop responsible, entrepreneurial, and skilled young leaders today who will make a positive impact for our future. Since 1948, we've been providing young people with practical leadership experiences across the world, where they have the freedom to fail and the chance to overcome challenges they face. A space where they can discover what really matters to them and realize their potential for the future. We give young people a chance to see the world, because if you can see it, then you can start to understand it. And if you understand it, then you can start to change it. For over 70 years, we've provided more than 1 million young people with life-changing opportunities together with like-minded organizations. But we can't stop now. Because only when we create more of these leadership stories together will we truly see a remarkable impact on the world. History has shown us what just one great leader can do. So imagine what a billion great leaders could do. This is why we do what we do for youth.
We're here in Bahrain trying to deliver the biggest lesson about the SDGs. We're mobilizing people from over 100 countries to make a difference. Today, we're talking about peace. Today, we're talking about how can this world change. We are the generation that can end extreme poverty. We are the generation that can end climate change. So what about doing it now? This is why we're here in Bahrain. This is why we're delivering world's largest lesson. So it's time.
World's Largest Lesson wants to reach every child and young person around the world. We want to tell them about the SDGs, or the global goals. We want to engage them with the goals and help them to understand why they're relevant to them.
This is it. This is the year, and this is the time for things to happen.
When one of my closest friends joined AIESEC, we used to joke that she wanted to become like Prime Minister or something. She took me along to a few information sessions at university, and eventually I became a member. But it wasn't until months later that I learned what AIESEC was really about. Then I was convinced.
Our team in Peru was responsible for finding students for international placements. In our first month, our team leader came to us and told us, "You need to recruit students for an IT internship." We barely had any experience or knowledge, but we just needed to make it happen. It was a challenging experience, but that was the thing that actually kept us going.
In my first job within AIESEC, I was a member and later became a team leader of 7 members. Together we raised money and found new partners for conferences. Although we weren't always successful, we learned and accomplished a lot. The experience really taught me the importance of finding a solution to a challenge and actually making things happen. I've learned so much about fundraising, signing partnerships, and organising events.
I volunteered in Mexico City for 6 weeks with an NGO that provided education programs for a small urban community. It was my first experience of being in such a different reality, where people really had no access to education or basic needs. I was given the task of revising the structure of the NGO, finding bottlenecks and coming up with solutions for them. We came up with 2 new projects for the NGO. One, to solve their financial problems with new fundraising and marketing activities, and one, providing the local women with professional skills training, helping them to be self-sufficient and take care of their families.
I worked for 4 months as a marketing intern in a family-run textiles business in Jaipur, India, where I built and implemented a marketing strategy. The most memorable part, one time I had to do a photo shoot for our portfolio. We didn't have a photo studio or enough money for an agency, but we did have a roof and the sun. So there I was, alone on the roof in 35 degrees heat, taking pictures of about 300 fabric samples. I think I lost a couple of kilos on that roof. The portfolio was a success and the placement was an amazing learning experience. I managed to make a real positive impact in the business during my time there. And in the process also learned a lot about myself. It prepared me for my first job, which I'm looking forward to.
After my time at AIESEC, I see many possibilities. Working for the UN, for a global NGO, being part of a big corporation, or a startup. No matter what comes next, the most important thing for me is to fight for a purpose, like we've been doing in AIESEC. I know that the world still needs many things to be better, and I want to be part of that change.
Global Volunteer Program of AIESEC is a cross-cultural volunteer experience for young people who seek to develop themselves and the world. Global Volunteer projects are 6 to 8 weeks projects that are being organized by the local chapters of AIESEC in 120 plus countries. AIESEC is working with the United Nations and each of the projects are serving one of the Sustainable Development Goals. By participating to global volunteer projects, you will not be only working with the young people from all around the world, but also work side by side with locals in NGOs, schools to contribute to the global issues while developing your leadership.
Well, I chose to be a volunteer because first of all, I had already done volunteer jobs in Brazil. I had never had this experience of going out of my country and getting to know a different culture.
Bueno, este proyecto consiste principalmente en hablarles un poco a los niños de los Global Goals.
Showing the kids what are the problems that our world is facing and also showing them what are the actions that they can do to contribute to make this world a better place.
Ellos han aprendido de poco a poco que ellos también pueden cambiar el mundo, así sea con pequeñas acciones.
A los niños también se les ha abierto un panorama más internacional al conocer experiencias de otros países, al poder degustar alimentos de otros lugares.
Muchos de estos niños tienen papás, pero sus papás no pueden mantenerlos.
They can be a part of the change. They can be the difference.
Al principio era muy difícil porque yo nunca había trabajado con chavos de 13 a 18 años.
The thing that most changed about me was how am I thankful of my life.
Estos niños te dan tanto amor, el amor que a veces a ellos mismos les puede faltar, pero lo tienen para dar y lo dan a montones.
Oh, I really think that I improved a lot my leadership abilities in the way that you communicate with people, the way you approach people.
Y hemos formado lazos muy lindos y que yo creo que el tiempo no va a poder borrar.
Así que los niños han encontrado amistad, han encontrado personas en quien confiar.
I thought about the impact that I could do in those kids and how I could change their lives. But when I got here and I saw this different reality, I think that it changed more me than I could change them.
Imagine finding out what you're truly passionate about.
Basically, when I just joined university, I just wanted to look for new opportunities to learn more about myself, about how I can actually lead others and how I can empower others.
To explore more of the world.
To go out there and experience something new. To gain the most out of my university life.
And that is what we believe in AIESEC. We believe in the peace and fulfillment of humankind's potential. And we do this by creating practical leadership experiences for young people through our membership and exchange programs.
I went to Taiwan for my exchange.
I involved myself in an environmental project in Cambodia. So basically I was there for 1.5 months.
What I was doing in my exchange was that I was actually an English teacher.
It's very special is because we go to the primary school and we spread the happiness to them and we give them motivation.
Imagine finding that peace between identifying an issue and actually contributing and doing something about it.
So I taught English to the children every day from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m.
We designed classes, I'd say, or sessions that will incorporate the use of English.
To show to them that it's really, really possible to be somebody and to travel the world and be a better person.
Imagine working with a group of people on a project that you really, really are excited about for days, weeks, and months, that by the end of it, you become so close that you're proud to call this group of people your support system.
I just feel like I want to relive those days again.
They really, really thank us so much for coming to their school and inspiring them.
Because we believe that when we bring young people towards seeing the world, they're able to better understand it and eventually shape the world that they live in.
We give young people a chance to see the world.
Because when you see it, you can start to understand it.
And when you understand it, then you can start to change it.
Join us.
Be part of something great.
I do really appreciate the dynamic and the passion that the AIESEC people bring.
It's easier for them to adapt to different situations and to adapt to the reality of the company.
They are typically the one bringing up new ideas, new insights, challenging really our approaches.
And this is where AIESEC really comes in as that bridge between the company's needs and the students' needs.
An AIESEC internship is very different from other internships that you get.
I mean, AIESEC is, let's say, the strategic talent provider for Alcatel-Lucent, and that's how we want to grow with AIESEC.
I want to expand my borders, I want to work somewhere else. I want to gain some international experience. And I said, let's go with AIESEC.
If I just stayed in Atlanta, obviously it would be completely different.
Every day is a new learning.
You're actually getting to know what you want in life.
اسمي أحمد وديع، عمري 22 سنة.
اسمي مان سلطان، عمري 26 سنة.
حسين شارقي، 25 سنة.
اسم البرنامج GIP وفي دولة مصر.
شاركت في برنامج اسمه GIP، هو تبع منظمة آيزك. سافرت لدنفر في الولايات المتحدة.
اسم البرنامج اللي شاركت فيه Global Internship Program، ورحت منطقتين في الهند، 6 شهور في منطقة بنجاب و6 شهور في منطقة جاركند.
تجربتي في مصر كانت جدا ممتازة. كنت أشتغل في الجامعة الأمريكية في القاهرة. مسمى الوظيفي مالي كان انترن. كنا نشتغل في أول ما وصلت كانت شغلتي مع الرجال الأعمال اللي كانوا منا، كنا نهيئهم عشان يسوون شوكيس حق السيرفيسز والبرودكتس مالتهم.
اسم الشركة جيوتك انفايرمنتال، واشتغلت في الديبارتمنت مال الاكاونتنج والاتش ار. فكنت هناك أشتغل كإنترن للأكاونتنج، أدخل inventory data، أتشيك على ال HR plans حق اللي بيطلعون من الشركة. فكنت مهتمة بهاي الأشياء. عطوني كل شيء، يعني علموني الأساسيات، وفي نفس الوقت ودوني مؤتمرات حق أتعلم أكثر عن ال HR والأكاونتنج.
اشتغلت Business Development Manager في شركة SKS Group. ثاني شغلة اشتغلت Logistics Specialist في مدرسة Victorian World School، كنت متعلق بالترانسبورتيشن، واشتغلت في الإيفنتس مانجمنت.
البرنامج ساعدني على صعيد الشخص إنه أكون مستقل أكثر، وكانت أول مرة لي في حياتي إن أسافر 6 شهور أكون بعيد عن بلدي، بعيد عن أهلي، بعيد عن أصدقائي. وكان جدا جميل إن أتعامل مع عدة يعني جنسيات من جميع أنحاء العالم، عدة شخصيات، عدة ثقافات، عدة ديانات، وشلون كلنا كنا قاعدين نشتغل مع بعض، شلون نشتغل ويا واحد يعني إنجليزيته ضعيفة ما كنا نعرف نساعده في البداية، نساعد الأشخاص اللي يجون، نعلمهم يتأقلمون مع البلدة نفس ما علمونا إحنا نتأقلم. فكانت يعني جدا ممتازة.
على الصعيد المهني قدرت أشتغل في الإدارة على طول وأدير موظفين تحتي، وهي الفرصة صعبة حصلها في البحرين كوني خريج حديث، فهي كانت فرصة مثالية لي.
اوكي، بفيدكم هاي من نواحي مو بس عملية، حتى شخصية، بتتعرفون أكثر على نفسكم، شلون تعاملون، فبطور وايد من شخصيتكم، وهاي الشيء اللي يدور عليه سوق العمل حاليا.
نصيحتي لأي خريج يبغى يكتسب خبرة عالمية إنه يسجل في برنامج GIP.
شو كان معاشك؟
250 دينار.
معاشي $1,000، يعني 300 وشي دينار.
غير حياتك، روح GIP.
غير حياتك، روح GIP.
غير حياتك، روح GIP.
I went to the US, specifically California State. Went there in January 2015. It was an 18-month internship. I was lucky enough to secure a position at PwC PricewaterhouseCoopers, and I was chosen to be an associate accountant, tax accountant in their tax department. It gave me the exposure to actually practice what I studied. It increased my confidence level in terms of joining meetings, asserting my opinions, suggesting ideas, all of the things that I missed while working in a small market like Bahrain. I was fortunate enough that my firm, PwC, sent me into an assignment to Canada, so I'll be traveling soon to Vancouver, joining their global mobility tax team over there. I'll be an associate accountant as well. It's something really exciting, something that really I'm looking up for. I've never been to Canada, and this whole opportunity came because of me joining this program. This program definitely intended to develop the person, develop who you are. You will change after this program. You will be exposed to an international market that is hundreds of times larger than the region you grew up in. I was really thankful actually for this program, the partnership that Tamkeen and AIESEC did. It was one of the greatest experience I have ever been through. I highly suggest it for everyone. This is a totally excellent experience, a totally excellent investment for the country, for Tamkeen, for AIESEC. I would really like to thank each and everyone who participated in this and participating in building this program.